All right, welcome to Proffit Development. We thank you for being one of our subs, and we look forward to a long and prosperous journey with you. Now, a few things to go over. The contract for contractors. Obviously, we're going to go over everything that you need to know that's in this contract, but you need to read it and be thorough. You need to know your takeouts, you need to know your billing, you need to know everything that's involved, and that's this video. So I'm going to walk you through right now. The contract for contractors, first of all, it must be submitted with the ID or your driver's license. Okay, so that means take a picture, send it in the email. License number if you're a contractor that requires licensure. Insurance if you have, if you're a general contractor like Dan is, you have general contractor's insurance. If you're an electrician like Paul, No Limit Electric, you have electrical, right? So we all have insurance. Provide that. If you're a sub that doesn't have insurance but doesn't need it, that's fine. Okay, Social Security or EIN, your tax number for billing, that all needs to be put into the contract, and that needs to be emailed to the EA, the executive agent, the project manager, the general contractor, and myself, Todd Proffit, the CEO of Proffit Development. Now, your contract needs to include all materials and labor, and I underline all because what that means is all materials and labor. So all materials and labor should be noted in there. You need to do your takeout on your materials, make sure that you have everything you need. Obviously, there's going to be a few surprises that are going to pop up, so go ahead and make sure that your budget is buffered for that, that's cushioned in. Permits, if necessary, if you need a permit for your position, or the tasks you're completing, the line items, then pull the permit and then bill out for that. Scheduling is sub's responsibility. So you as the contract for contractor, you are responsible to coordinate with the general contractor on your scheduling. He is not going to call you, babysit, he's not going to handhold you. You need to take control of your scheduling and confirm it with all other managers or whoever's on site to make sure you can get in there and get your job done in the time entailed to accommodate it. And you might even have to oversee some of your other guys. You might have to say to the plumber, hey, listen, I'm coming in, I need the tile, I need to do my tile job if you're the tile setter. And, where's your valve? What size valve is good? What size is going to work for you? And when can I do my install on my tub surround to get that done? Basically confirming with your plumber on site to know when you can come in and finish your job, okay? So that's just an example. Materials must be coordinated by sub with general contractor and or project manager. So you need the materials on a Tuesday, you should call the prior Friday and make sure that those materials are lined up and ready to go for you on Monday. So when you show up on Tuesday, boom, you can get your job done. Do not wait until the last minute and show up on Tuesday and go, hey, where's my materials? Either pick them up on Monday or have them dropped on Monday, or you get the point. Okay? Billing is on the 1st and the 15th. That does not mean you get paid on the 1st and the 15th. That means you bill on the 1st and bill on the 15th. And then pay is 1 week in arrears afterwards. Okay? So pay is 1 week in arrears, pick up at the executive agent's office, which is Well Balanced Financial, our bookkeeper, that's executive agent Carol Seneschal. Or she'll mail the check to the address provided on the contract. Don't call her and bug her, don't bug me, don't bug the PM, don't bug the GC. You will be paid according to contract. And there aren't any draws unless you ask a personal favor from me, and then I might or may not accommodate. Deposits for permits only. We do not prepay for labor. If you need a permit for your electrical or your plumbing or your roof or whatever it is, well, we do the permits for the roof, but anything that's not under the general permit that we pull as a general contractor, you can pull money from that for me. Just show me the receipt that you paid for it or have me go pay for it. If it's $137 to the city of Arvada, I'm happy to go do it. But deposits for permits only, or if you want to include that in your draw, however you want to do that, but only deposit paid up front for permits. Inspections on the 1st and the 15th. If billing does not conclude the exact amount as completion. So if you're billing for a 90% completion on rough framing and the inspector comes out and says it's only 70% done, you're not going to get paid until the next pay period. So I hope you understand that. If you try to bill for more than what you have done, or the quality isn't to the level of expectation for Proffit Development or any of its representatives, you will not be paid. And you may be charged, but we'll get into that later. But you definitely want to be, so if you're at 80% of a job you think is completed, bill for 70% so that you don't risk losing that pay period, okay? Or just finish the job hopefully on the 1st and the 15th, but sometimes it doesn't work out. You're halfway through a job on the 1st and you want to do a billing, go ahead and do a billing, but bill for 40% or 10% less than what you think is finished, and make sure it's finished. Okay? If quality is in question, there's no check either. If we have to redo anything, okay, clean up every day, or there is a $250 fee levied on the next payment. So any billings that you have coming in, we'll bill you $250 a day for every day that job site is unclean. And then you say, well, Todd, it wasn't me, or the project manager, it wasn't me. And, and if we go out there and we can't determine, nobody's agreeing to it, because nobody ever admits to being messy, ever. Not once has this happened. But people will have electrical stuff out. So if there's electrical stuff found, we're billing the electrical contractor. If there's plumbing parts found, we'll bill the plumbing contractor. If there's pieces of material left from framing, cutoffs or whatnot, we'll bill the framing contractor. I think you get the point. So landscaping, tile setter, whatever it is, if that material, whatever that falls under the line item, I'll bill for them. And if it's a little bit of tile, a little bit of framing, a little bit of paint, everybody gets billed $250. It's not equal and spread. It's $250 for each of them. Okay, so it gets costly in a moment. And the reason that is because I get feed and find I have right now $1,250 to the city of Denver that I'm paying, okay? I have homeowners who've come back and charged me for paint that was sprayed out over their fences. And I had to settle out of court and pay them, and the BBB gets me for, and I have a great credibility and established with them for years and years and years, Proffit Development. And then we get these bad reports, and then we have to pay out of pocket, and we have all this time in excess, so it costs money. That $250 a day is very generous. Just clean up after yourselves, make sure it's your nice, organized job sites, better for morale, better for you, better for the next guy. So clean up every day. No smoking after paint or during paint. So if the house is being painted inside, don't go in there with a cigarette. If you're in rough framing, go ahead and smoke in the house. I'm okay with that. But pick up your butts. If I catch any butts out there, I bill whoever's smoking. And what that means is if there's 5 smokers on a job and 7 non-smokers, those 5 smokers all get billed. Okay? And it's going to hurt. I'm going to bill like $50 per guy per day. Or I don't know how to work it out yet, but it's going to hurt because it drives me nuts. I've spent hours and hours and hours on these job sites picking up cigarette butts, explaining to homeowners that we're not smoking in their house when I'm finding cigarettes in their house. It's just not acceptable. So I apologize for the rant, but no smoking. Smoke outside in a convenient area. You should be working anyways. You shouldn't be smoking. Smoke outside during your breaks and put them into a bucket or into the trash. And then, take that with you or whatever you need to do, but make sure you're organized. If I see one cigarette butt, I'm feeing all the smokers on site. Scheduling must be on time and within 24 to 48 hours as needed. So if you're needed on a Monday and you show up on a Tuesday, you're okay. If you show up on a Wednesday, you're not okay. You probably get fired, and then it's $250 a day for every day we need to get someone on site. What you can do, if you can't make it, is either show up at night or get another guy, hire another guy, grab your buddy who's another sub like you, and have them fill that position so that you can meet the obligations as specified by your contract. So if your obligations are to frame a house with your crew, then get a crew over there to frame the house. If your obligations are to do the landscaping in the front and back, get a crew over there to do the landscaping in the front and back. Or call us at least 24 to 48 hours before you're expected to be there, and we'll line up someone, okay? But you have to have someone on site within 24 to 48 hours. If it's 48 hours, it's too late. If you do fail to perform, all subs will be brought could be fired on first offense. We a firm believer in moving quickly. And the reason why we do this is because we don't want any of our other subs taking the heat for failure of one sub to perform, because it costs us all money. We all need to pay our employees, and if they, if they're booked out for, finish on electrical and you don't get your drywall done, or, whoever, sorry, I'm being fictitious here, but in a hypothetical situation, if the drywall is expected to finish Friday, paint is being brought in on Monday and electrical's on Wednesday, and the sheetrocker doesn't get finished, then boom, that hinders the painter, which hinders the electrician getting his stuff done. He might have 3 other jobs booked with us, so he can't perform on his obligations to us because he can't get this job in and done. So you can see how it can take the whole line and literally affect everybody's payday and everybody's sanity. Just do your job, get there as in the obligations as specified by the contract. Show up, get the work done, rock and roll, and profit share on the back end. Wahoo! Okay, so $250 a day for all delays billing to contractor. It costs me $250 to $350 a day if I fail to perform. After a week, if I fail to perform, in most cases, I will be fired as the general contractor by the financial agent, whoever they are, or the homeowner, as the case may be. So, like I said, I get fired, I get hacked, I get fined, I get penalized. $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 in some cases in the last year, and that's just on projects in Denver. In the bigger projects in the mountains, I can lose $50,000, $100,000 in the blink of an eye. It's mind-boggling. So please perform. Know that you're a part of a bigger team. Know that you are a big part of that team, and then help your team get to the finish line so that we can all have a victory dance. I appreciate it. Anyways, thank you for your attention. And please read the contract thoroughly. Be thorough with your takeouts. Be thorough with your scheduling. Be clear, communicate well with your general contractor and your project manager, and let's make some money.